All right, today we're going to talk about relational operators. Okay, so I'm in my math and logic project here. I'm going to make a new class called Relational Operators, and I want that to have a main method, so it should look something like that. Okay, at the top of that, we're going to add some notes, all right? And I'm going to show you a different way to make some notes for comments. So we're going to go slash asterisk and then hit return. And now I'm going to have a block of comments so I don't have to keep on putting in a slash slash for my comments. So we're going to go Java uses the following relational operators to compare primitive types. Primitive type values. Okay, so the primitive types that we're going to use are int, double, and char. Okay. Okay, so if we want to know if if one thing is less than another, then we use that symbol for less than. Okay, this symbol for greater than. And I see people in math classes and they still have a hard time with that. So you got to think about it one way or the other. Think about it like the mouth is going to eat the bigger number. Okay? Or we always point and laugh at the smaller number. Okay? So depends on how much of a jerk you are. Okay. There's no good way in every computer to do something like this. Okay, that's the symbol that you would use in a math class, less than or equal to. But in a programming language, you go like this, less than or equal to. Okay? Now, if you put a space in between them, it won't work. Okay, it won't recognize that. So it can't be a space. It's got to be greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, but there's no space in between. Okay? When we put one equals sign, remember that that's the assignment operator. Okay? So that's saying like x equals 10 or color equals red or whatever. Okay? We're assigning red to color or we're assigning 10 to x. If we want to know if two values are equal to each other, then we use two equal signs. Okay? And sometimes we want to know if two variables are not equal to each other, and then we use an exclamation point with an equal sign, and that means not equal to. Okay? So these symbols work on ints, doubles, and chars. Okay? If we want to check if two strings or some other object are equal to each other, we use an equals method. Okay? So to check strings or other objects, we use dot equals method. Okay? Every one of those, or each of those operators, has a Boolean results. In other words, they're either going to be true or false. Okay, so down here, let's go ahead and put in some variables. So I'm going to go int age. You can put your own age in. I'm putting my age in. Okay. Double GPA. You can put your own GPA in there. I'm going to put down that I have a 2.89. Okay. I'm going to use a char in here. and that's going to be my middle initial. So mid, I'm just going to put mid init just to be lazy. Middle initial is E. Okay. And then I'm going to put in my name. You can put in your own name. All right. So we're going to use those variables to kind of help us print out some decisions that we might be making. So I'm going to go ahead and do system.out.print right here. Okay. And I'm going to print out keep working equals. All right. And then I'm going to go system.out.print line. And the thing that I'm going to print there is a decision of whether I should keep working. And I should keep working as long as my age is less than 65. Okay? So most people can retire when they reach age 65. Okay? Save that. And now when I run that, I see that keep working equals true. So this right here, so keep working, you see how that printed out. Age less than 65, this printed out true because 40, my age, is less than 65. Okay? So you might do another example like system.out.print. All right? Something like can drive equals. All right? And then system.out.println. What tells me that I can drive in here? Good, right. Age greater than or equal to 16. If that's true, then I can drive, right? So for me, obviously, I can drive, okay? For you, if you put your own age in there, that might be a little bit different. Okay, anybody have can drive equals false? Okay, a couple people. All right, just to kind of show you a couple different examples here, let's go ahead and put in here system.out.print. Mid and init. Okay, so now we're going to compare a char to another char. Okay, Alita, do you have a middle initial? N. Okay, mid init. Okay, does that equal N? All right, is this going to print out true or false? This is going to print out false, right? Because mid init is E. E does not equal N, so that's false. Okay, let's see if mid init is greater than N. Is E greater than N? All right, also false. Okay, that seems kind of weird that you can compare letters, but you can, right? So everything in the computer, remember, is stored in just binary strings. And if I read that binary string that stores E, I can like basically translate it into a number. And the same thing for N. And so E is going to be a lesser number, a less number than N is going to be. Okay, so that's kind of the idea that we have there. All right. So let's do another thing here, 2.89. Let's do some comparisons with a double. So what do you guys think is a good GPA? 3.5. Okay, so let's do system.out.print. Good GPA equals. And then system.out.println. And let's say we said that the GPA should be greater than 3.5. And so I should keep working. I can drive. My middle initial is not greater than N. And good GPA is false. You guys figuring this out so far? Okay. So basically, that's how those different operators work. Let's look at, we already did equals. Let's look at not equals. And there's another thing that I'm going to show you with that. So each of these things is returning either true or false, or evaluating, I should say, to either true or false. Okay, so we can take that evaluation and store it into a Boolean variable. Okay, so we can take something and say like Boolean answer equals, and let's just go ahead and check to see if age is not equal to 50. Okay, so sometimes this is a hard question to answer. Age not equal to 50, is that true or false? True, right? 40, which is my age, not equal to 50 is true. So it's like a negative question, but it's sometimes hard for people to figure out that like, oh, it has a positive answer. So it's kind of a weird thing. But we can then go ahead and print out whatever answer is as well. Okay, so keep working through all that stuff. Answer we see is true. Age not equal to 50 is true. So we can store that into a Boolean variable. All right, and then the last example that we're going to do is just system.out.println. Okay, and then here we're going to go name dot equals let's go Tom. Okay. So when I run that one, that returns false. Name is was equals Tom is false. Okay? And when we want to compare strings or other objects, we use dot equals, and then we give it as an argument the thing that we want it to compare it to. Okay? So if I put was in here, now it returns true because the name has the value was, and if I'm comparing that to was, those two things are equal.